Welcome to Section 3 of Chapter 3, How to Use Your Data and Why It is So Important.
We've talked about some great sources of data that you have. Now let's talk about how to use it. It is a common misconception that somehow the payers have better information than you do. They have information, and it's good information, but it's different. They tend to have claims-based data. Doesn't make it bad. It just tends to be a little bit older. The information you have is more real time. You can get it right out of your EHR. How many times you saw a patient, what happened to that patient, did you refer that patient on to another care provider? A health plan's information, even though it's a little bit older, it might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be 9 months old, but it's a more global look at the care that occurred for that patient. You may not be aware that a orthopedist you referred somebody to also then sent them on for imaging. The health plan's data is going to be bigger and broader and more global and allow the entire breadth of the care of that patient to be seen. The real magic happens when you combine both. Your more real-time actual information from your practice along with the payer's information. So looking at it from a big perspective, from a strategic perspective, how is it that what you do can help them save money on that bigger picture? There's a lot of ways. You're incredibly valuable. It's that, we call it the power of the pen. Your ability to refer patients on to other providers who are also part of this grand plan to lower costs is incredibly important. And frankly, it's incredibly valuable, and it should be something that you get paid for. So payers have good information. You have good information. You have available to you some great data aggregation tools that are showing you total cost of care, where patients are seeking care, all of that information. You want to combine both together and work with the health plans to try to lower overall costs, the big costs. You should be paid for that ability and for that service that you're giving to the health plans. And you want to work that into your conversation. So from a strategic point of view, you want to have at your fingertips your information about your practice. You want to, more than anything, really understand that information so that you can have a conversation as a peer with those health plan representatives. Remember your goals. Your practice has integrated behavioral health into the practice. That service, that ability, lowers overall costs. Working with the health plan to get paid for those services will actually help the health plan lower overall costs. Just your understanding of that and your ability to bring it into the conversation with a health plan representative is incredibly valuable. And frankly, it will be incredibly impressive to those folks that you talk to. To summarize Chapter 3, Contracting Strategies for Success, you want to have goals. You want to clearly define where it is you want to go. You want to think about the tactics on how to get there. Each might be different for different plans and products. You want to understand fully your own information, and in doing so, understand the health plan's information, those data sources that allow you to show what a great practice you have and how you're all about the cost of care and really understanding the flow of patients. All of those things are important. And frankly, some of it's about attitude. You want to really understand your practice and be proud of it and how well you're doing. Use that information and your strategy to craft a message to the health plans. In Chapter 4, we're going to build on what we did in Chapter 3. We're going to take all that information, your strategy, your goals, your information on your practice, and funnel it down to a conversation with the health plans and how that conversation works out to get you to the contract that you want.